Hey guys, okay, today I'm going to actually be combining two war videos into one, um, mostly because I'm trying to get caught up. I still have a few wars to post from Season 2, and also both of these wars were a little bit brief for me, not a ton of fights, and that worked out just because of the mini-bosses and the bosses. So, this first war is against ISO8A, and you see I scouted a 6-star duped Kingpin on Bane, which could be problematic, and I didn't see any other fights where I would need magic or where I would take magic as the attacker. So I removed her from the attack team, threw in Stark Spider-Man so that I could get that extra danger sense potency. First fight is a 455 Red Hulk. I envy this guy. I would love to 455 my Red Hulk, but right now I don't have enough Tier 2 alphas to 455 somebody and 565 somebody. So I want to focus on my third rank 5-star before I rank up another 4-star. That would essentially be a toy. Red Hulk is not going to help my Alliance War attack team. He's not a good defender. He would essentially be somebody that I would use in questing and Alliance Quest. And I love him, but that's just not practical. So, sorry I talked through this Mephisto fight on 27. Really, there's nothing to Mephisto on Mephisto anywhere, really. If you have Blade, just parry bleed him. Of course, stun immune on node 27, but you guys saw you can still parry bleed. So here, if you guys saw, look at this PI. This PI is so low. It's well under 20,000, which is generally what a 455 is, and I can see that it's a 455. So I know that it is not Iron Man, it's not Stark Spider-Man, it's not Doc Ock or Green Goblin. So that gave me a tip-off. I was thinking it might have been like a regular Iron Man. He's got really low prestige, and it is actually a Star-Lord. Nice little decoy placement. Of course, Star-Lord's never going to get kill on Alliance War defense, but pretty clever to try to throw us off when we scouted, and it worked. I'm pretty sure Iron Man got a kill. Iron Man Infinity War got a kill on another node. So here we have Archangel on Unblockable 1. You guys have seen me take this fight many times, and usually it goes very well. There have been times when I have screwed up, and I think in Season 1 I died to Archangel on this node. So he's a very dangerous defender. Just be careful. And then here, next node, 6-star duped skill champ. That is pretty high PI, and we're just getting to the point where we're starting to understand what duped 6-star prestige or PI looks like. I go into this fight and oh shit, it's a Thor Ragnarok, which is a problem for an attacker that does not have power control. Okay, so right away I've got to analyze the situation. The situation is when he gets to 20 power charges, he's going to get 3 full bars of power. That happens over a course of, I think, about 8 seconds. So I'm going to hit him, get him to 19, back off until he baits. I want him at 0 power when he starts. Then I'm going to hit him once to instigate that power gain, and I'm going to back off until he throws a special. Now I'm in the clear. Okay, so that could have been bad. I've never had an experience with Thor Ragnarok where I pushed him to 20, and starting from 0 bars of power, he actually didn't bait out until he got to a third, and then hit me with a third. I've never had that. Usually he baits out, but you have to let him bait out. Don't attack into him while he is power gaining. It's just not smart. So I was fortunate there, and that's it. That's it for this war. Very brief war. I only had 5 fights in this war. I am going to show you guys the war summary, of course, but then right after that summary, we're going to jump into War 21. So this was our second matchup against ISO8A. They did win this war. They won the first matchup too. And you see it was a pretty inexpensive war for me, which is nice. This next one is against NYC. This is also our second matchup against NYC. And here. You got Yu-Gi-Oh here on node 21, probably a Nightcrawler. And then go up here. Could that be an Iron Man Infinity War? I don't know. And then over here, a Bing Bong MS. So, so I am going to slide in Magic there. Of course, I just want to have an extra 565 attacker because there are some fights that you know, maybe if backup is needed, like on the main boss, then I can help out. So this first one I take in Blade because think about the 6-star Cosmic Champs. They're either all villains or they are not anything to worry about. And I would rather have Blade's ability to regenerate than Magic's class advantage. Here we have a villain, of course, so I have Danger Sense. I'm going to hit him with Cell 2. He doesn't bleed, obviously, but I still crit a ton. And then here I parry him, and then stupidly I go in after that and try to attack into him. The same thing I tell you guys not to do against Crossbones and Agent Venom. That applies to King Groot. He just shrugs off the debuff. Sometimes, just I think instinctively, I get caught up looking at that parry timer, the stun timer, and of course you see it rolling at a normal speed, and he shrugs it off. So I did not take node 21. That was a Nightcrawler. We had an Iceman take that node, and then I did want to show you I did take a Corvus Glaive on node 27. And before you guys accuse me of not uploading it because I got wrecked or something like that, I wanted to show you the item use. I didn't get wrecked. I've got full health champs and have only used one item, which was a potion that happened after that Corvus Glaive fight. I took some block damage. But I just forgot to upload that war. I was actually kind of grumpy. We had some mistakes in the alliance. We were all jacked up for this war. We had some mistakes in the alliance, and I was a little irritated, and I just forgot to upload or forgot to record. So that's my fault. I did also take a beast on node 26 that went very, very well, but I took those at the same time. So neither of those fights get uploaded, but you'll have to take my word for it. They went well, and there was nothing really special about those fights. So here, obviously, no Iron Man Infinity War. It's a Stark Spider-Man. He's the more dangerous defender of the two, but he is the easier defender of the two. So the big thing with him on a power gain node is just parry bleed, as I often do on that node, and then just be careful attacking into him. Be careful of that evade, because obviously even... I think he has like a base 3% evade, which is the same as Black Widow. So we all know that Black Widow's evade is probably 10%, not 3%. But anyway, 6-star Yellow Jackets. I feel bad for Yellow Jacket Man because he is the easiest thing to scout. He is literally only good on unblockable 1 nodes. And if you have a 6-star unduped, he's the only unduped 6-star that you would see on an unblockable 1, maybe Sentry, but he's not a difficult defender. So here we have a Mordo, a 565 Mordo. I don't know what the SIG is. SIG doesn't apply to anything other than his block proficiency or something like that against energy attacks. So has literally no effect against Blade, but I'm going to parry him. I do attack into him there, and the reason I was able to break through his Astral Evade is not because of Danger Sense, it's actually because of Unfazed. So Unfazed does apply to all auto evades, including Astral Evade, but that was not intentional. That was a mistake on my part. Now I do have an invulnerability boost, so if he gets to an L3, that's not a huge deal, but I do want to try to bait him out. He's not going to, so I'm just going to hit into him, throw a heavy, try to get as much damage as I can before he flips the Bane timer over to me. So once this animation is over, I need to be aware that I am taking Bane degeneration damage here, and he throws a heavy, which is nice. I can flip the Bane timer, and then I'm going to pop him with an L2, and this is going to finish him off. There, okay, so my next fight, I'm actually going to be traveling down to node 51, which is the Stun Immune and Unblockable 1 mini-boss, to help with a classic Spider-Man. Usually we're able to take care of him on that node but just had a slip up. He is tricky on this node, of course. So so to try to maximize attack bonus, I wanted to go down here and finish off this fight. So my strategy here is just to parry bleed. Same thing with the Mephisto on node 27. He is stun immune, but I can still parry bleed him. So mistimed that heavy, unfortunately, so took a little bit of damage there. Unfazed helped me out there. And then really, I'm in the corner. I know that this is going to happen. It's not a big deal. I do have a really good tip for you guys here coming up. And then I just totally mistimed his heavy there. Let off on the block there. So not a great fight for sure. But Blade is still at 40% health. He does have an unblockable one, so I need to evade that. Now here's the tip for you. When any champ is throwing a heavy attack, when they're in their heavy attack animation, they cannot evade out of it. It's not possible. So against evade champs, if you have a special attack and you want to try to interrupt their attack with a special, throw it during their heavy attack. They're not able to evade out of that. So I did have an L2 there, as you guys saw, and once he threw his heavy attack, I threw my special. You can interrupt almost any attack with a special attack as long as you get there first, so to speak, except for specials, once they obviously start their special animation. And if you're super late on the heavy attack, then it might not work. But that's it for this war, guys. It is all done. They beat us this war also, so they are 2-0 against us this season. They had a good season. I know that a lot of you guys do not like NYC, and you know, if speculation is true, I understand that. But I do have a couple buddies over there, and I wanted to say real fast, one of them is taking off season 3 to get married, and congratulations, dude. That is awesome. I hope that you are able to fully enjoy your time off from this game, and hopefully you guys get a great honeymoon, all that stuff. So congratulations again, dude. And also I wanted to say that Ham is a sexy piece of meat, and he paid for that shout out there. So leave a like and a comment, guys. That's all I got. Thanks.